So factorization, children, factorization is the process of finding two or more expressions whose product is the given expression. That is called factorization. So in the simpler language, what you can say as factorization is the reverse process of multiplication. Okay, so I'll explain you with a few example. Say for, we know the product. How do we find the product? Suppose you have 4x which has to be multiplied by 5x plus 3y. So how will you multiply this? By using distributive property, you know that this has to be multiplied with 5x and 3y one by one. So we got our answer as 20x square plus 12xy. Okay, so this is called the product. Now if we have been given this already, that is 20x square plus 12xy. Okay, and they are asking to factorize it. So इसका हमें क्या करना है? Factorization. So what we used to do, we do start finding out the highest common factor. Correct. So highest common factor of 20 and 12, we know it is 4, and it is x squared, it is xy. So x is already common. So what is left with us from here? It would be 5x, and from here it would be 3y. So this process is called the factorization, and the above process is called the product. So we can say factorization is just the reverse process of multiplication. So these are two factors. Okay, so suppose we are taking this question. So this we have to factorize. So how we'll do this? First of all, we know we have to find out the highest common factor of 16 and 24. So how do we do this? We can write 16 as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. In short, it can be written as 2 raised to the power 4, and 24 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, which can be written as 2 raised to the power 3 multiplied 3 raised to the power 1. Okay, so which is the highest common factor? We can clearly see the highest common factor is 2 raised to the power 3 means 8. So here we have, we'll take 8 common, and now the minimum power, the lowest power of a, because a is there in both the expression, both the terms. So here the minimum power always you take. So that is a raised to the power 1 is the minimum power, and b is not present in both the terms, so b will not come as common factor. So what is left with us? 16, 8 into 2. So here 8 2 times 16, and there were 2 times a. So 1a we have taken common, only 1a is left. Then minus, then from 24, 8 already you have taken common. So 8 3 times 24, and there were only 1a, that is already we have taken common. So what is left with us? Only b 1 time. So this will be our answer. So we have this question as a next question. So how we will do this? First of all, we can clearly see that first term, second term, and third term. So out of these three terms, first of all, we are going to find out the common factor. So common factor of 18, you know, can be written as 2 into 3 into 3. In short, we can write 2 raised to the power 1 3 square. Okay, and then 27 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3, or in short we can write it as 3 raised to the power 3. And 36 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Correct. And in short we can write it as 2 raised to the power 2 into 3 raised to the power 2. So the highest common factor 3 square. Okay, here 3 times 3, but we will take as a common factor 3 square. 3 square means you will take 9 as a common number. Okay, now so the lower power of a is a square. So we'll take always the lower power, and with the b cube and b square. So we'll take b square as a common factor. So now what is left here with us from the first term? It was 18, 9 already came common. So what is left? Only 2. And there were 3 times a. 3 times a means, I mean to say that here A into A into A. 3 times A were there. So 2A you have taken common. So you are left with only single A. So you'll write this much. And for the B, again, there were 3 B's. Out of that 2B you have taken common. So only you are left with 1B. Then minus from the second term, it was 27. 27, you know, is 3 into 3 into 3. And from that 9 you have used already as a common factor. So this has gone. So what is left with you? Only 3. So that is 3. And there were 2A. A square means 2 times A. So A square already you have taken. So there will A will not come here. And for B, 3 times B were there. Means B into B into B. Out of these 3B, you have taken 2B already as a common. So you are left with only 1B. Then plus from the third term, 36 can be written as 4 into 9. So 9 you have taken common. So what is left? 4. And out of A cube, 3 A's. You know? So 2A already you have taken common. You are left with single A. From B square is completely common. So no B will come here. So this much only we left with. And now all the 3 terms are unlike, children. And we know that unlike terms cannot be add or subtract. Now how to factorize this? Because if you compare, so there is nothing common in these 2 terms, or nothing can come common out of these 4 terms. We don't have A in all the terms. We don't have x square in all the terms. So in this kind of a condition, what we will try to do, we will start simplifying our solution by rearranging the terms. Okay. So after rearranging terms, how we can observe, how we will rearrange. So we will start observing that x square is there. So if we will write these 2 terms together, so x square can come common. So accordingly, this is all our observation. So we are writing ax square plus bx square. So this we have already taken. Now what is left with us is by square and this one ay square. Okay. Now we will make the groups. We will underline it to visualize it clearly in 2 different groups. So abhi it is easy for us. Now we can easily see that x square is in both the terms. So we'll take x square as a common factor. And now we will observe what is left from the first group only. So here from the first term x square is already common. So what is left? Only A. From here also x square is common. We left with B. Okay, this was done. Half of the part done. Now from the second pair of the group, we can easily see that y square is common in both. So we have taken it common. So what is left with us is B plus A. Fine. Now when we will observe these 2 terms, now we have this term and this term. Out of these 2 terms, A plus B or B plus A. B plus A already can be written as B plus A is equal to A plus B. Okay, because of commutative property, we can rearrange the terms. Now we can see we have these 2 group. Out of these 2 groups, we have A plus B common. So we will take A plus B as a common factor. Now from the first term, x square is left. From the second term, y square is left. So now this is the end of our answer, because we have 2 groups. We have 2 factors. First factor is A plus B. Second factor is x square plus y square. So here we can clearly see this. These 2 terms are given as a whole square, and whole square means we have the identity that is A plus B whole square, which is A square plus B square plus 2AB. So we have this first term is square. We will write it A square x square. Second term is square is B square y square, plus third term is 2AB. 2AB means 2 into both multiplication of both the terms, that is AX BY. Okay, now I'm going to expand this second term by using the same identity but in minus. So we know this can be written as B square x square plus A square y square minus 2BX AY. Okay, combining the like terms, let's check. So here we have A square x square. We don't have anything similar to this. So let's write B square y square. Similar to this, we don't have anything. Now we are writing these 2 terms. B square x square plus A square y square. So now if I write these two terms in a proper sequence, okay, so that it looks like similar terms, so I can write it as 2ab xy. Similarly, if I write it like 2 minus 2ab xy, so we can cut these two terms. So we are only left with these four terms. Now we will start comparing the common terms like we did in the last question. So we can see a square x square. So here if we take these two terms together, so x square will come common. So I'm writing it, rearranging it. A square x square plus b square x square. Now next is b square y square plus a square y square. So x square is common. So what is left here with us? A square plus b square. In the second one, we have y square common. So what is left with us is b square plus a square. And as you know, we can write it as a square plus b square as well. So I'm just writing one more extra step which you can avoid if you understand it clearly. Okay, so now we have this first term and the second term. Out of this, a square plus b square is present in both, so we can take it as a common factor. Okay, so now what is left from the first term is only x square, from the second term only y square, and these are the two factors. So we got our answer. Okay, so this was the factorization topic. I have explained a few basic examples which will definitely help you in understanding your topic and doing your further questions. So this was only part 1. There are 2-3 more parts of this topic I'm going to make definitely very soon.